Recent activity at Yellowstone National Park has piqued the interest of many people. Some are questioning what's going on around and underneath the park, as data seems to show that various different magnitude earthquakes are hitting the region. Yet the United States Geological Survey doesn't seem to be reporting on them. It's only because people are using online data files that they're able to read up on what's going on, and it's fair to say that some are worried. Even anonymous users have got involved in questioning what's going on. It's important to note that anyone can claim that they're part of the group anonymous. No one user speaks for the rest, and they don't act like a hive, but many of them share the same goals, which is bringing truth to the masses. One anonymous user recently had this to say about the recent activity around Yellowstone. The recent activity at Yellowstone has caught my attention, not because of everything that's going on, but rather due to the silence of park officials and others who should be updating us. I shouldn't be hearing about Yellowstone updates from online users. These should be coming directly from park officials, but yet it looks like data and certain information isn't even being reported on. One of their main jobs should be to effectively communicate to people close to the region, especially those that are feeling all of the recent earthquakes. Our group understands that this activity isn't uncommon, and that it happens every year, but the data is showing us that these earthquakes are increasing in magnitude, and that many earthquakes are not being reported on. I'm not naming names, but it's strange how they continue to stay quiet on this. The data doesn't lie. We can see what's going on. The goal now is to better understand how long this has been going on, and what it means for those living close to this area." End quote. Interestingly, people have been saying the same thing for a few weeks now, and that's that these detectors around the park are picking up on larger earthquakes. As of right now, earthquake trackers from the United States Geological Survey show that there hasn't been any earthquakes in the Yellowstone region for the past few days, but other data shows that this isn't true, and that sensors around West Thumb show us that a recent earthquake measuring 2.7 hit the region. This is worrying because previous employees of the United States Geological Survey came forward and said that when these earthquakes start to measure in at over 2 in magnitude, researchers should be looking into these and seeing if they're having any permanent effects on the area. It's proof like this that's being used to show people that the data isn't being reported on by the USGS, and that if you go on their website, this earthquake doesn't appear on their earthquake tracker. Yet we can see from the pulses that they're definitely hitting Yellowstone. Hank Hester, a Yellowstone geologist, made a worrying announcement that an eruption at the supervolcano is going to happen. This increase in activity worried many people and officials, with even the White House allegedly getting involved. But it's important to note that back then the earthquakes weren't measuring as high as they are today, with some theorizing that the ones that are measuring in at over 2 in magnitude aren't being reported on by the USGS, and this could be not to worry those that live close to Yellowstone. The website IntelliHub was able to gain access to information from a source, and they said that they worked at Yellowstone, and that they reported that the White House ordered the United States Geological Survey to suppress information about the earthquakes. Interestingly, this document is making the rounds once again, as some have said that the recent earthquakes hitting Yellowstone are being downplayed, with some users saying that it's not a coincidence that some of the data is missing. Others have said that one of the reasons why the United States Geological Survey might not be reporting on these earthquakes is because they don't pose a risk, and that the park and those living close by won't be harmed by them. But as some have said, this isn't their problem. What they're pointing out is that the data is not being reported on, even though we have proof that earthquakes are still measuring over 2 in magnitude and are still hitting the region. The point these people are trying to make is that this data isn't made up. We have proof that they're still coming into the Yellowstone region. In fact, just yesterday 3 earthquakes in a row hit the park, but yet there was no official update from the United States Geological Survey. Some people have been vocal about this and have shared their opinions online. One user said the following: "This isn't really good enough, is it? It's one thing not to update people about what's going on, but when you refuse to share the data on your earthquake tracking website, that seems a bit strange to me, and you can't blame people for questioning this." This user had this to say: "Although I'm enjoying these updates, I'd be lying if I didn't say that they're making me feel a little bit nervous. It's weird to know there's movement happening around the Yellowstone caldera, but yet we aren't being told about it." While this user said this: "For me it's about the risk. People who live here don't have many options. You stay here and continue to live in this area, with the data being held from you, or you move away and know that at least you're living in a much safer region. I know which option I'd be taking, especially after hearing about all this data that seems to be going missing." So what do you make of this recent news coming out of Yellowstone? Why do you think that the United States Geological Survey isn't reporting on some of these earthquakes? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.